Yo, what is up, guys? Savage Boy 23 back with another video. Today I'm going to give you guys my NBA recap, my final NBA recap, and my finals NBA prediction. We are moving and we are heading towards the playoff next week. I'm so excited. Before we do start the video, I just want to say I had a lot of fun this year. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. But yeah, I'm still going to be making these contents. I'm still going to be making other contents, video contents, basketball content, NFL content. But it's been a fun year. It's been a crazy year. We had some ups and some downs with some good players, some terrible players, some trades, some crazy trades. It was a blast this year. I'm excited of what's going to happen next season and coming towards the future for these NBA games. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys one more time my final NBA recap and my finals NBA prediction. And yeah, if you guys can, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and tell me what your guys' favorite team is, and tell me what team do you think will bring the NBA championship home. And yeah, can't believe the season went so fast for me. Starting from day 1 to day 82. Everything's got to end on some days, right? But yeah, I'm going to give you guys some NBA news and some NFL news. The NFL news, I don't know if it's going to happen, but the NBA news, I know it is. I know everybody saw it. I know everybody heard about it. And I will give you guys my thoughts and opinions about it, alright? But yeah, we're going to get into this finals NBA recap and my finals NBA prediction. And you guys sit back, relax, and you guys tell me what your guys' favorite team is, and tell me what team do you think will bring the NBA championship. And tell me if your team is going to make it or try next season. With that being said, let's get into these recaps. Now, this game here, I did not tune into this game. Franz Wagner, Orlando Magic, 76ers, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid. I did not watch this game, but I did hear that Joel Embiid got hurt. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that is official, but I read it. He got hurt, but good thing he came back. To be honest, if Joel Embiid gets hurt, I don't know where the 76ers are going to land. They're going to be the same 76ers they were when there was no Joel Embiid. I don't think they're going to even make a pass to play in or round 1. Tyrese Maxey's doing everything he can, but to be honest, Tyrese Maxey, you need somebody else to help you. Kelly Oubre, to be honest, Kelly Oubre's been, of every team he went on to this season, this guy's been having a crazy NBA career. But yeah. But other than that, man, I'm glad Joel Embiid got better. Hopefully he does play in this game. I don't know if he is or not because of the way he went down and the way he got hurt. To be honest, it didn't look that bad to me. But 76ers fans, the organization, want to be cautious with him because if he gets hurt towards the playoffs or in the playoffs, their 76ers team is done. It's done. Because to be honest, I don't think they're going to go far. I really say that. I'm a huge fan of the 76ers. I'm a huge fan of Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. But to sit here and say that, do I think the 76ers can pass the New York Knicks, pass the Boston Celtics, pass the Bucks? No. Absolutely not. And if you guys say I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But to be honest, I don't care if I'm wrong. I know I've been wrong in the past, but to be honest, you gotta learn the mistakes you said and do, and you just gotta move on from them. And coming towards playoff time, I'm gonna say a lot of things that will probably make a lot of people not side with me, but that's what I like to do. I like to, put my opinions out there for everybody to know what I'm talking about and what I think it should happen down in the future of the NBA. But we're gonna save that for another day. But yeah, but this game here was fun. I didn't watch the game. I didn't tune into it. So yeah, this was a great game. Hopefully, until Joel Embiid got hurt. But yeah, we're gonna make these short so we can move on because there was a lot of games on Sunday or Saturday. So yeah, Bulls, Wizards, DeMar DeRozan and Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma. Did I tune into this game too? Nope, didn't tune into it. Didn't watch the game, didn't see the highlights. Because I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. The games earlier in the day of the basketball games were not fun. So there might be some games I missed, some games I watched. But, you know. I mean, to be honest, the Bulls, to be honest, again, they have an up and down season. With DeMar DeRozan, Caruso, Vooch, Zach LaVine, and all the issues of going on in the Bulls organization. To be honest, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say the Bulls are not going to make it all the way, or they are going to make it all the way. But I will say, though, is I don't think DeMar DeRozan, LaMelo Ball, or not even LaMelo Ball, sorry, Caruso, Vooch, are going to be a Bull next season. To be honest, I want them to be a Bulls. But I don't see them as a Bulls. Maybe Caruso will be a Bull. Maybe Vooch will be a Bull. But to be honest, I don't see DeMar or Zach LaVine be a Bulls. Now, anything could change. Maybe they will restructure their contract and see what's going to happen if they do beat the Atlanta Hawks and they go all the way. But to be honest, I'm not going to sit here and say they're not going to make it or they are. But to be honest, the Bulls are not going to make it. Because the way that I saw them this season just wasn't the same Bulls they were. And I'm just speaking that truthfully to every Bull fan out there. The Bulls are just, in my opinion, not that, they slipped too many times. Like, you guys won by 2 against the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards, that's not good. The Washington Wizards that are almost dead last against the Detroit Pistons. 127 to 129. Now, don't get me wrong, this might be a fun game. I didn't tune into the game, I didn't see the highlights. But I will say, though, is I thought the Bulls were going to come out here and steamroll the Wizards. I really thought that. With DeMar DeRozan, Vooch, and Caruso all on the floor, doing what they usually do. But yeah, that's the Bulls. They like to mess around with some fans, and then all of a sudden they kill everyone else's dream of doing what they're supposed to be doing. This is not the same Bulls that everybody thought they would become. Now, regardless of whatever's going to happen next season, so be it. Let the chips fall where they may. If DeMar DeRozan wants to restructure his contract, let him be. If Zach LaVine wants to restructure, let him be. But to be honest, I'm going to sit here and say that I don't think they're going to be a Bulls next season. I really don't see it. But, yeah. And same as the Wizards. Kuzma said he wants to stay as a Wizards, Washington Wizards player, and see if he can build a franchise with that team. To be honest, good luck, because you are going to need it badly. Badly, you're going to need it. Because to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen with this team down in the line. Maybe next season they'll get some good players from the draft, and then they'll be somewhere in the mid column of them being okay. Now, I want to sit here and say they're going to win an NBA Finals next season, but maybe they'll make it to the play-in or playoffs. But yeah, Jordan Poole, whatever the case may be for him, whatever he's going through, he's Jordan Poole. He's a clown, and I'm not just saying that to piss every Jordan Poole fan out there. Sometimes this guy does not act like the Jordan Poole that we saw from the Warriors. And to be honest, I have not seen this man ball out in Washington. Maybe only one game, and then after that, I haven't seen him since. Yeah. But to be honest, I didn't like this game. I didn't watch the game, so yeah. But we are going to move on. This game here, now this one's going to be short. No LaMelo Ball, Jason Tatum. Now, regardless if the Celtics played their starters in this game, didn't matter because they already got everything they wanted, I said. This game did not look fun to me, did not look interesting, so I'm glad I didn't watch it. At one point, I thought they were up by at least 31, if I'm correct, or more, or less, something like that. I don't know. But Celtics, they are gonna do an amazing thing in the playoffs. I can't wait to see what they do. Now, I know everyone, including me, I know everybody says that they're flukers, but I honestly, coming from a huge basketball fan and that knows everything about basketball, I honestly don't want to say this, but I'm going to say this to anybody and everybody. I don't care. I think the Celtics are a legit threat in the NBA. There's nobody that can beat them. Only team that can beat them is the Chicken McNuggets. And if we somehow, some way get a finals run of that team, Jason Tatum versus Nikola, Dinkus Pinkus has his defense up in the air because he has to guard a lot because Nikola Jokic can go off, and even then, if Nikola Jokic doesn't go off in one game, it's fine, he'll go off in the next game. But the next player that I'm talking about, his name is Jamal Murray. This man can go off anytime. If anybody saw what he did last season, I honestly think he will come back for that. And plus, they said they want to do a repeat of an NBA championship. To be honest, I'm not going to say they're not going to make it, but Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Jrue Holiday, Dinkus Pinkus, and the Celtics, they have a lot to play for in the playoffs. Because if they lose to that team, they're going to literally look like they're embarrassed. Because they did an amazing past season. They were number one in everything. The Celtics were blowing teams out of the water at one point. At one point, the score was 47, if I'm correct, to 84 or 85. And I don't think that was against a terrible team. I think that was against a really good team. I forgot what team that was. But Celtics, I do think they are a threat in the Eastern Conference. I want to say they're a threat in the NBA too. But we all have to wait and see what's going to happen in the playoffs. Can't wait. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. I did not tune into this game. Did not care about this game. So, yeah. And no LaMelo Ball. If I'm correct. The Hornets, they're going to basically restart from scratch. They're going to start from level 1 and see what they're going to do. And I don't know if LaMelo Ball is going to be back next season or not as a Charlotte Hornet. Because to be honest, man, this guy goes on the court every single day. And he goes and tears his ACL or leg or whatever the case may be. And it's not just him, it's his brother too. Now, I don't know when we're going to see both of the Ball brothers on the floor. But I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to be a repeat for next season. What I will say, though, is those two, if they stop getting hurt and stop blaming anything else but themselves, then honestly, I think they will have a bright future in their season. And I'm not, and you guys know how much I don't like LaMelo Ball or Alonzo Ball, but those two stop blaming of what they're doing off the court. I think they will have a bright future of them in the future in the NBA. Now, I think they can lead a team to an NBA playoffs. I don't know about an NBA finals, but time will tell for them because they keep going down almost every season. So I guess we will never know. But that's what I think, and that's what I'm going to stick on. But yeah, other than that, this game was boring. I didn't watch the game, didn't see the highlights. So, alright, this game here, Tyrese Haliburton Pacers versus Donovan Mitchell Cavs. I didn't watch this game. I didn't see the highlights. Forgot who I went for in these teams. This game here, I didn't watch it either. I didn't watch the highlights. This was a crazy game. The Pacers, to be honest, and I'm not trying to shut Pacer fans out here, or Tyrese Haliburton out here, but I'm going to say this loud and clear. Pacers are not making it far. Now, what about the Cavs in this instance? Can I see the Cavs making it all the way? I mean, to be honest, weren't they number 2 in the East, and now they're number 4 in the East, if I'm correct? they've been losing up and down some games. So, yeah. Donovan Mitchell, I'm saying this now loud and clear, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. If Donovan Mitchell doesn't go all the way to the playoffs and he gets knocked out, let's say first round, second round, whatever the case may be, he's leaving Cleveland Cavaliers to join two teams. Now, I don't know what team it is, but I'm going to say it by two thoughts before he does move. The New York Knicks with Jalen Brunson, or the Los Angeles Lakers with Anthony Davis. Those are the two teams that I see Donovan Mitchell leaving to. Because I don't know if he's going to restructure his contract with the Cavs. And to be honest, the Cavs, they've been an up and down team since the season started. You know? And and to be honest, Darius Garland's a good player, don't get me wrong. Do I see the Cavs going all the way if there's no Donovan Mitchell? I don't know, that depends. You want to put Darius Garland in the starting lineup or in the talks with the Cavs, or do you want to put him on the bench with the Cavs? Make your guys' choice. Because to be honest, the Cavs, they're an amazing, I heard they're an amazing road team. They blow teams out in the water on the road, but at home is a whole different story. So, yeah. But other than that, this game here was fun. I wish I tuned into it. Wish I saw the highlights. But, yeah. We're going to see where these Cavs players go and see if Donovan Mitchell does restructure his contract or he moves on to a different team. And Tyrese Haliburton, to be honest, and I'm going to say this loud and clear to everybody, I don't know if Tyrese Haliburton has help in Indiana. I'm saying that loud and clear. You know, each team out there has a role player behind him, right? Anthony Davis, right, baby, right? New York Knicks, Julius Randle. You know? Cavs, Donovan Mitchell, and Darius Garland. Celtics, you got more than two players. You got Jaylen Brown, Deacons Pinkett, Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum. Who do you want to say? Jason Tatum is number one, but who's number two? That's what I'm trying to say. Timberwolves, Karl-Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards. Chicken McNuggets, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic. Who is the second player for the Pacers? I don't know. I've been trying to wrap my finger around it. Because to be honest, at one point, the Pacers, everybody thought this was because this team made it to the in-season tournament and they lost against the Los Angeles Lakers. Everybody thought they were a scary threat in the East. To be honest, I didn't think they were a threat at all. Tyrese Haliburton's by himself, in my opinion. And again, I could be wrong, I could be right. But to be honest, I think he's alone. Nobody is going to help him there. Yeah, sure, everybody could talk about his teammates. But, come on, who's the second man going to help him if Tyrese Haliburton goes down? I don't know. But you guys tell me in the comments. But other than that, this game here was fun. It was great. I wished I did tune into it. So, yeah. Alright, we're going to move on to this game here. Mikal Bridges, Brooklyn Nets versus Jalen Brunson, New York Knicks. Battle of New York. Now, did I tune into this game? Absolutely not. At one point, Brooklyn Nets were up by 11 points. 11-0 start. Now, I know people are going to say the Lakers had a 17-0 start too, and they won that they won that game. Let's get this out of the way. Brooklyn Nets is that type of team that just drops the ball. And even the Brooklyn Nets even have a player. Now, maybe I could be wrong, but there's more players out there. Dennis the Menace, it's Dennis the Menace and Mikal Bridges. Or maybe you could put Mikal Bridges, Dennis the Menace. No, I know for sure I got that wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. Because Dennis the Menace is not the main guy in Brooklyn. I'm going to say that loud and clear. Battle of New York. Now, I don't know why people make this a big deal. I know it's a Battle of New York. It's like Los Angeles Lakers versus the Flippers. And we all know who's going to win that game. The Lakers. Now, this is a Battle of New York. Now, The New York Knicks were down 11-0 start, and they somehow in some way came and won by this points, 111-107. Now, am I shocked? No, because I saw this happening. I didn't watch the game. I didn't see the highlight of this game. When the Brooklyn Nets lost, the three duos, they thought it was going to be a do-over with Mikal Bridges and all the other players. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say that the Brooklyn Nets are going to be a terrible team next year, or maybe they're going to be the best team in the Eastern Conference next season. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I've talked a lot of smack on this team. The most team actually I've been talking smack on is this team or the Clippers. But I don't know why people make this a big deal. This is I want to say this loud and clear to everybody. The Brooklyn Nets are not on the level of the New York Knicks. They're nowhere near there. I don't care if you talk about championships or any of that. And people always tell me, championships don't mean nothing in the NBA. It just matters about how good your team is and how many good players you got. To be honest, as a basketball fan, it actually is proud carry a championship in a banner and you rub it in somebody else's face. Because I have friends tell me all the time, they're like, championships don't mean nothing. It just matters about your team. And the teams do amazing on the court. Now, what are you going to say? Oh, my team did terrible this season, this and that. Now, the Brooklyn Nets might not be at that spot, but they still got great players. Their fan base, I don't know about their fan base. I'm not going to say they're good or bad, but they're okay. But I will say, though, is this was a fun team to watch because they had their ups and their downs. And again, when they lost the three duos, they were trying to do the do-over and see if Mikal Bridges can do something. And to be honest, Mikal Bridges is a good player. He's a fun player to watch. I don't know why people call him the Iron Man, because to be honest, he's nowhere near the Iron Man. He's just a fun player to watch in the NBA. When he went from the Phoenix Suns to the Brooklyn Nets, he got a do-over. He got a restart and thought he can lead a team toward the NBA Finals or even the playoffs or even the play-in. And to be honest, he didn't do any of those. So Brooklyn Nets are going to look towards new seasons, new players, and see what they're going to do. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that they might make something stupid next season and try to get more three duos and see what Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and Honey Bun did. But it's a bright light for them. They're going to do what they're going to do towards the playoff or next season. Hopefully they get in a better spot. But I will say this loud and clear. They're nowhere near the New York Knicks and Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. They're by far dead last when it becomes a battle of New York. I know everybody loves the battle of New York. Brooklyn Nets versus New York Knicks. But let's be honest. We all know who's going to win that battle. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it's going to be the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson goes out there and does everything he can. Now, I would love for the New York Knicks to bring a championship to New York, because I think it will be a blast. But yeah, and we'll see what the New York Knicks do next season. This year they're in the playoff hunt. They're in the playoffs. But to be honest, I have one question for every New York Knicks fan out there, and I was thinking about this before I came on here to make a video. Can Jalen Brunson lead the team towards NBA Finals? To be honest, I'm still thinking about that every day. Now, if Julius Randle was on the court right now, he didn't get hurt and he didn't go through surgery, I'm telling you, this would be a way different New York Knicks team. Way different New York Knicks team. DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, they're an amazing player on the court. They're fun to watch. But I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to bring NBA Finals to New York. Because again, you gotta play against other players. You got Giannis, you got Jason Tatum, you got Donovan Mitchell, you got Jimmy Buckets. I don't know. I think it's too much pressure for the New York Knicks, But that's just what I say, and that's what I think on. But other than that, I want people to stop saying this is a battle of New York, because I think this is long gone, and it's been quiet for a long time because the New York Knicks has never been on the level, or the Brooklyn Nets has never been on the level of the New York Knicks. They've always been down below. Like, you guys know how I told you that the brother of LA and the brother of New York, the Lakers are the older brother, and the Clippers are a younger brother. This time right now, what I'm talking about is that the New York Knicks are the older brother, and the Brooklyn Nets are the younger brother. Now, I know what people are going to say. The Flippers have their own court. That doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't solve anything. You have your own court for what? Because you're not going to put a banner on it? You're not going to put a ring on it? You're not going to put a championship on it? You're not going nowhere in the NBA career. You're going to be dead last like everybody else. But I'll talk about it here in a little bit. But I'm just speaking of what I'm saying. Alright? But, yeah, other than that, this game here was fun. It was great. But I need people to stop saying this game was a battle of New York. Because we all know that Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks got this all the way. So, yeah. Alright, let's talk about this game here. This one right here will be a very short talk. Did not tune into the game. Did not see the highlights. Now, Toronto has been terrible since the season started. Manuel Quickley, RJ Barrett. Now, am I going to sit here and say that next season is going to probably be a different picture? To be honest, you're terrible this season. Hopefully next season you turn it around and you'll be somewhere around that. Somewhere in that between 15 to 1 range in the Eastern Conference. Toronto has been just a team that's been miserable since the season has started. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that they're going to go all the way next season and bring the NBA Finals. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that 2019 Kawhi Leonard, the Claw, brought a championship by luck. Because if everybody wants to say that, then I'm going to say the Lakers got the championship in 2020, not by luck. They earned that. So, if you want to say that, then the Toronto Raptors 2019 got that championship by luck. But, yeah. Manuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, they're an amazing, fun player to watch. Going from New York to Toronto is a way different atmosphere. It's a way different moment. And to be honest, those two thought they can bring the energy in Toronto and see if they can bring some wins. But no, they fell out. They fell out short. I think they're sitting, 12 right now in the Eastern Conference, behind the Brooklyn Nets. And to be honest, hopefully next season they get a lot better, a lot fun to watch. But yeah, not a lot to speak on this team. This team, they went from an NBA championship squad in 2019 to miserable, terrible season in 2024. They just want to move this season along. But yeah, it's gonna be a short talk. Hemi buckets in the Miami Heat. Now, I've talked a lot about this team. Love the fan base out there. I love the players. I love everything out there in Miami. But I'm going to sit here and say this now. Everyone is telling me this, and I'm not going to sit here and say they're right. I'm not going to sit here and say they're wrong. But I'm going to say this loud and clear. And I'm going to make this short. Everyone's telling me, is Hemi buckets fine? And if people don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to say it loud and clear. The Miami Heat is supposed to be ramping it up in the second half of the NBA, correct? And they're supposed to be going out here winning games. But lately, they've been losing some games. Yeah, sure, they lost against the 76ers. Okay? Then after that, they lost again, if I'm correct, to another team. Not back-to-back losses, or back-to-back, one win, one loss, and then loss. No, it's just in general, this season has been just unimaginable for Hemi buckets in the Miami Heat. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that Hemi buckets is going to leave Miami to be another team. There's people out there telling me, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think Hemi buckets will return as a Miami Heat next season, and I think he will have a way better squad. I mean a squad that I wouldn't say they're scary, but I'll say they're good. This year they were supposed to get Damian Lillard, but no, all that went to Plan B, and he went to Milwaukee, and Milwaukee came out of nowhere and picked him up, and then all of a sudden Hemi buckets went to disappointment season. Thought like nobody cared about his side and all this and all that. But to be honest, Hemi Buckets is the same player. I'm not going to say they're not going to make it or they are, but I want to say this loud and clear from me, and this is what I think. Hemi Buckets and the Miami Heat, I think they will go far. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say they will have an NBA Finals run, because this year, they have been a lot. It has been up and down this season. And it hurts because I have friends that are Miami Heat fans, and they say, my Hemi Buckets is not right. He's not feeling the same Hemi Buckets as everybody thought he was. But to be honest, he's just in his own world. He's doing his own thing. And to be honest, in my opinion, I want him to not be on Miami Heat. And it hurts me to say that. But to be honest, if I had to see him in another jersey, I don't know. I don't know what team out there for him. To be honest, I want to see him as a New York Knicks. Him, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Julius Randle. Man, that squad right there would be dangerous in the regular season. They will be just like the Boston Celtics. They will be number 1 in the East. But I don't know if he's going to stay as a Heat. I don't know if he's going to leave as a Heat. Don't know if he's going to retire as a Heat. But, yeah. But, yeah. But, yeah, this game here was boring. Didn't watch it. So, this game here, Ice Trae and Dejounte Murray. Well, actually, no, Ice Trae did not play in this game. It was just Dejounte Murray and Anthony Edwards. Now, I said this yesterday, or not yesterday, the day before yesterday. There was breaking news of Anthony Edwards coming back to this game, and he did. Now, I don't know if he went off on this game because I didn't watch this game, but I'll be shocked that they lost by 3. The Hawks. Now, the Hawks, they're still sitting in that 10th seed in the Eastern Conference. It's going to be a crazy game on Tuesday, if I'm correct. And we don't know who's going to take it, Bulls or Hawks. To be honest, it's going to be fun. I don't want to say it's going to be the Hawks or the Bulls. You guys are just going to have to wait for my video. But, yeah. They went out here and they lost by 3 to the Timberwolves with Anthony Edwards back on the floor. Or Karl-Anthony Towns, my bad. Karl-Anthony Towns back on the floor. Now, this game here, I didn't watch the game. I didn't tune into it. So, I can't sit here and say that this game here was going to be fun or boring. But, yeah. They're going to look forward for this year in the play-in and see what's going to happen. Their season's not over yet. They're in the playoff hunts. But to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. It's going to be a bright light for them. It's going to be fun for them because they're going to go against DeMar DeRozan. Now, regardless if Ice Trae comes back on time or not, I think Dejounte Murray is going to be in his bag. They're going to give him the ball left and right for this game or for the upcoming game on Tuesday. But yeah, it just sucks how this year Ice Trae has been missing a lot of games here and there, but hopefully he comes back soon because people were saying that he's coming back soon. I have not seen that Woj bomb yet, so yeah. But other than that, man, this game here was pretty good. I don't want to say it was boring, but the Timberwolves, I think they're number 1, number 2 in the Western Conference. I mean, to be honest, the real chance right now is the playoffs. Can they prove themselves in the playoffs? That's the real question. Because I'm excited to see what they're going to do and where they're going to go. If they're going to somehow, some way go to the NBA Finals and actually bring a championship to Minnesota, so be it. Let them do it. Because Anthony Edwards deserves of what he's doing. All the recognition, what he's been doing off the court, what he's been doing on the court. And to be honest, he's not the main guy that did everything. You know, like he's the main guy, don't get me wrong. But when Anthony Edwards, or when Rudy Gobert, or not Rudy Gobert, Carl Anthony Towns. I meant to say Carl Anthony Towns. When this man went down, everybody thought Timberwolves season was done. Oh, we're not doing so good. Oh, we're doing this and that. But guess who stepped up onto that plate? Guess who said we're going to lead our team to wins? Anthony Edwards. And Rudy Gobert is the same dude that he was in Utah. He's doing everything. He's grabbing a bunch of rebounds, good defense, good offense, whatever the case may be. Now I know all the time what he's been doing in Minnesota, but we're gonna put that out in the past, and we're gonna look bright for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now I'm not gonna sit here and say that the Timberwolves are gonna go all the way, but I want to say that I kind of want them to bring something home to Minnesota, because without this team, there's no Anthony Edwards. This team would be nowhere without Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is the main guy. He's the main glue of this team. If you split this guy apart of this team, they're not going nowhere. So, yeah. But other than that, man, this game was fun. I wish I tuned into it, but yeah. Nikola Jokic, Chicken McNuggets versus Victor and the Spurs. Wow. Let's just say I did not see this coming. They needed this win. They wanted this win. And they went out here and they lost by 1 against who? Victor and the Spurs. Spurs season has been done since the season started. All the NBA world was hyping over Victor and saying Victor's going to be that good player. And I've said it before. If you put Victor on another team, would he be dangerous? To be honest, no, he'll be the same Victor as I've always seen. He dropped, 44 points or 40 points one time? After that, he's been just the same Victor. But the Spurs, now I'm not going to sit here and say that next season is going to even be better for them, or say that Victor is going to be a good player next season. But I will say, though, is Victor was dead last in the Western Conference. And to sit here and say that this season he was going to dominate against Nikola Jokic, Anthony Davis, Rudy Gobert, and Giannis. But that didn't happen. I know everyone's going to say this is his first season. Give him time. Give him time to develop. But in the NBA, I know a lot of people say there's no time in the NBA because you got to play out for your best. And to be honest, everybody thought the Spurs were going to be a scary team. And I told this to everybody. This is Victor's first year. Victor's going to develop. He's going to be better next season or next season after that. And now, you guys know that I'm not a Victor fan. I don't like Victor. I've never, ever said I was going to be hyped to watch Victor and the Spurs. Popovich is a good coach. Don't get me wrong. Now, Victor's getting coached by a really good coach in the NBA. Popovich is a very good coach. Fun coach to watch on the sidelines. So, yeah. But the Spurs, they've had their ups and their downs. They beat some impossible teams. I didn't think they were going to win. But they're going to, they went up and they went down. To be honest, they were mostly down. So, yeah. And then Nikola Jokic, Chicken McNuggets. I mean, to be honest, they're number 3 in the Western Conference. If they won this game, they would have been number 1, if I'm correct. And Jamal Murray, still being Jamal Murray on the court. And it's going to be fun watching this team in the playoffs. I've said it before. I don't like watching the Chicken McNuggets, but they play a way different style than each team in the NBA. They're actually fun to watch, and it hurts me to say that. Now, I didn't like it when they carried the Lombardi Trophy, the NBA championship trophy in the NBA. I don't like it, but they're fun to watch. Now, I'm not going to say that Chicken McNuggets are going to be a scary team coming down the line in the future, but I want to say this loud and clear. Not 1, but 2. The Chicken McNuggets got 2 good steals in the NBA. They got Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. Those 2 players are going to change the NBA coming towards the future. Because those 2 players, when they're on the court matching up right, they are not fun They're not boring to watch. They are fun. They're going to keep on doing what they're supposed to be doing. Jamal Murray is a good player to watch. Don't get me wrong. When he tore his ACL, if I'm correct, in 2019 or 2020, and everybody thought his career was over, and I thought his career was over, but he came back. He did what he had to do, the impossible. So, yeah. Even if that was even a ACL injury, regardless, he still did what he had to do. He went out there and fight, and he did an amazing job of coming back stronger and better. Now, you guys know how much I don't like the Chicken McNuggets, but it hates me to say that. I don't want to say I don't like them, but they're a fun team to watch. They're bringing different atmosphere in the NBA, you know? Like, name me another team in the NBA that's better than Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is the same guy. He's the glue of this team. If you take out Nikola Jokic, this team would be nowhere. They would not win their first NBA Finals. You know? And same as Jamal Murray. Like, Jamal Murray, he's a second piece. He's a second piece. He's the backup man for the Chicken McNuggets. And to sit here and say that they lost to the San Antonio Spurs, the San Antonio sorry Spurs, doesn't make them not the NBA Finals repeat. So, it was one loss against the Spurs, and I think they'll bounce back. But other than that, this game was boring. I didn't watch the game. I didn't see the highlights. So, yeah. Alright, let's talk about this game here. No, I didn't tune into this game. I didn't watch this game. Didn't see the highlights. It's gonna look like the Bucks are gonna have a very interesting season. Bucks, are they gonna make it all the way? You know, I never thought this day would come, and it came. And it hurts me to say this because I'm a Giannis fan. I'm a Damian Lillard fan. But I'm going to say this loud and clear to each team in the NBA and every fan base out there. The Bucks are going to lose. And I was thinking about that before I started the video again. Because the reason why I say they're going to lose and they're not going to make it all the way, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But to be honest, I'm not wrong. Because we all know what the Bucks have. They have Doc Rivers that flukes in the playoffs. Look what he did for the Celtics. Look what he did for the Flippers. To be honest, the Flippers deserves it. But to be honest, look what he did for the Celtics. Look what he did for the 76ers. And I know people are going to say it's not his fault. Well, to be honest, it is. Who you want to blame it on? The team? The team's out there doing their best. Giannis is out there doing his best. And look what he got. He got hurt. Now, regardless of when he comes back, is the Bucks still going to be the same Bucks? To be honest, they're going to be kind of sloppy, in my opinion, in the playoffs. But, yeah. Regardless, if they get knocked out first round, I'm really going to be disappointed. I don't want to say that they are, or they're not. But if they get swept in the first round, fire Doc Rivers immediately. I mean immediately. Because Doc Rivers is not the answer to bring a championship to Milwaukee. Now, I know people think that Doc Rivers is a good coach. To be honest, I don't know why people say he's a good coach. He fluked in the playoffs for the 76ers. He fluked in the playoffs for the Celtics. What makes you think he's not going to fluke for the Bucks? All because they got Giannis and Damian Lillard? So, yeah. But to be honest, we'll see what's going to happen for them and see what's going to happen coming towards the future for them. But to be honest, I don't see Doc Rivers having his job really soon. I think he's going to get fired sooner than later. If they get knocked out first round. I hope he doesn't come back next season. So, yeah. But honestly, let's move on to the Thunder side. Now, I've been waiting to talk about this team. This team did the unthinkable. Now, I know people are going to talk about SGA, Jay Williams, Chad, Josh Giddey, all of them. And they're number 1 in the Western Conference, if I'm correct. Or number 2 in the Western Conference. Whatever the case may be for them. They did the impossible of bringing the team from from the play-in to the playoffs. Now, regardless, whoever they play in the playoffs, they did their best. This team is fun to watch. I love watching SGA on the court. This man does everything basically you ask. He's going to go out there, probably drop 35 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, whatever the case may be for him. And he's going to go out there and do the work. And to be honest, I don't want to say that he might or might not win the MVP talk. To be honest, I don't know why people are saying that he should. He's a young talent player. Now, the Thunder, they have not one, but they have a lot of players around the Thunder organization to win a lot of championships coming towards the future. But again, they're young. They're learning and they're developing, new starting lineups, the new 5 players on the court, and then other players on the bench. And the coach is young, if I'm correct. I think he's 32, 34, somewhere around there or more, if I'm correct. To be honest, this team has a lot of potential for them in the future. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. This team, now I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to win it all the way and win the finals. But I'll be surprised of how far they go. They went from last season not making it to the play-in, or maybe they made it to the play-in and they got knocked out, to holding number 2, number 3, or number 1 in the West with SGA and Chad and Jay Williams. Now, if you tell me that's not talent, then what is it? That is amazing because of what this team came from. They went from nobody to somebody, and then they're finally getting their recognition as they should be. They went out here and they embarrassed Damian Lillard in the Bucks. I didn't watch this game. I didn't see the highlights. At one point, I saw the Bucks getting blown out. 125 to 107. Just wow. Just wow. This team, I hope they go far. Because you got your biggest supporter right here. That is really fun to watch. This team go from nothing to something. Everyone's got to appreciate the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they finally got to get their recognition out there. Because SGA, now I'm not going to say that he should get MVP or not MVP, but what he's doing out there, you can't tell me he can't make an argument of not getting it. Now, I know people are going to say he needs to win his first championship and then talk about MVP. He's young. He's a young star. And he's going to be a Thunder for probably for life. And his brother or his cousin on the Timberwolves is even good too. I've seen that man play. Both of them are good. They both got really good talent in Minnesota and in Oklahoma. So just imagine these two are teammates on the same team. Imagine how much damage they can do, regardless if they're on Timberwolves or Oklahoma City Thunder or just any other team out there. Now, if this is not a team, then what is it? And you guys tell me how far each team is going to go far in the playoffs. So, yeah. Other than that, man, this game here was fun. I wish I did tune into it, didn't see the highlights. So, yeah. I didn't watch the game, I didn't see the highlights, so, yeah. But, great game, fun game. So, alright, let's talk about this game here. Anthony Davis, Los Angeles Lakers versus no Ja Morant. Now, if the Lakers won this game, they can, take the A seed and hold it for a little bit. And that's what they certainly did. And the Lakers won by 3. Should I be happy? To be honest, I know people are going to probably say you should be happy. But what I saw against these Los Angeles Lakers, I will never speak of it again. Hopefully. You see what I mean about the Los Angeles Lakers? Lakers is a very good organization. The Lakers went out there and they were down most of the game, if I'm correct. I didn't watch this game. I didn't see the highlight of this game. I watched it for a little bit, and then I watched another game. But when I saw the Lakers, this was not the same Lakers that I saw just recently. The Lakers cannot do what they do. Lakers cannot go out there and get the number 8 seed. They cannot. The Lakers went out there with no energy. They had a few days off. And I don't even know if this was in Los Angeles or Memphis, to be honest. To me, it looks like Memphis. So flying from Los Angeles to Memphis, I know it's hard. I know it's really hard. And it's not just Los Angeles. It's probably other teams out there too. But the Lakers went out there and they got the job done. It wasn't pretty, but they got the W. And let's see how long they hold the number 8 seed in the Western Conference. But I want to say this loud and clear. The Los Angeles Lakers, if I see the same Los Angeles Lakers that I saw against the Memphis Grizzlies, and you pull this into the play-in against whatever team you play, to be honest, you are going to be first round exits even in a play-in. That means now I said this game was crucial for, guess who? Los Angeles Lakers, Golden State Warriors, and the Sacramento Kings. So, yeah. But other than that, man, Lakers, you have a long task to go. Job's not finished, is what every player says, and what one great player said. Lakers should not be happy of this win. I don't care. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not happy of this win. This was not a pretty game. How did the Lakers beat a G League Grizzlies team by 3? There was no excuse for the Lakers to go out here and win by 3. At one point, the Lakers were down by 8 or 9, if I'm correct, or 10, whatever the case may be, and they were going to almost lose this game. And this would have been a crucial game for the Lakers to win. I wonder how Lakers fans would have felt if they lost this game. I wonder how bad Anthony Davis would be in this game. Anthony Davis. Where's the same Anthony Davis that we saw in the bubble? I'm still waiting. Now I know people are saying this is regular season, give him time. How much time does he need? He's getting owned by Monta Sabonis, Andrew Wiggins, Kevon Looney, Draymond Green. How much does he need? Time is not on the Lakers' side. I need people to realize that. Time is ticking for them to leave the playoffs and play in. Because we've all known this now. I have friends. I'm guessing everybody has friends that don't like the Los Angeles Lakers. And to be honest, I don't know how people don't like the Lakers. Lakers are a fun team. But again, everybody has their own opinions and thoughts. But I'm not going to stop liking the team just because people don't like them. But people are happy when the Lakers are not in the playoffs or play-in. And to be honest, the NBA is not the same when the Lakers are not in it. Literally, it's not. When the Lakers lost just like a few seasons ago, it didn't feel right. It wasn't fun watching the play-in and playoffs. It's not the best. It's not fun. It's not the best. I still have to watch basketball because I loved watching it. But to sit here and say that if the Lakers don't go all the way into round 1 and they get knocked out in the play-in, then it's not looking pretty. It's not fun to watch. I'll sit there and watch it, but it's not fun. But again, this is the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the Los Angeles Lakers we're talking about. They're not like the Celtics where they go out here and dominate. But if the Celtics and the Lakers want to see each other in the playoffs and the finals, then they gotta ramp it up sooner than later. And I know people are saying, get ready, it's playoff time. Anthony Davis is gonna do Anthony Davis things. To be honest, I'm not gonna sit here and say no. I'm not gonna sit here and say yes. But they need to go out here and be the Lakers they were in 2020. And I know people are going to say 2020 wasn't a good season for the Lakers. That championship was by luck. To be honest, that was a hard championship. I don't care what anybody says. And if this year, if it somehow, some way, it's going to be the Lakers Celtics, this is going to be the best NBA Finals we've ever had. I'm tired of watching the rematch of Miami Heat Himmy Buckets versus, Chicken McNuggets, Nikola Jokic. And I know people saw that one time, but I don't want to see that. I want to see Jason Tatum Celtics versus Anthony Davis Los Angeles Lakers, because this might be one of the best NBA Finals we've ever had. And to be honest, I sit here and say this now, the Lakers were hovering around 9 through 10, and the whole season long, from day 1 all the way to day 82. And they won an NBA Finals this season, and everybody thought their season was over. But to be honest, as everybody says, the job's not finished, and the job's got to keep on going until that fourth quarter ends. Now, to be honest, if the Lakers win another chip this year, I'm gonna be so happy. If they fall short, they fall short. So be it. Let them do what they want to do. But hopefully next season they come out with better force and better players. And please do me a favor, find a new head coach. So yeah, let's talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. To be honest, no Ja Morant, no Desmond Bane, no Jaren Jackson Jr. They went out here and their season fell apart when Ja Morant came back and he got hurt. Literally, that's how it felt. Now, we all know that I'm a huge Ja Morant fan. And to see Ja Morant went down like that wasn't pretty. Now, Grizzlies, I'm not going to sit here and say that next season you're going to be number 1 in the West. I'm not going to sit here and say that you're going to win another NBA Finals run. What I will say, though, is next season, hopefully you come out better and stronger, and Ja Morant's healthier, and he doesn't get a lot of not playing games. Because at one point I thought it was 25 or 12 suspension, and then he came back and then he got hurt. But yeah, no Marcus Smart too. Marcus Smart has been that player on the bench, have been talking a lot, and not Marcus Smart. All the players were. Marcus Smart was the only player that I saw that wanted to win the game and still give these young players a chance of what they can do. This is the same Grizzlies team that beat the Bucks. I will never forget that day. All-Star, before the All-Stars. And at one point I thought it was bad. The scoreboard was bad. But yeah. But hopefully the Grizzlies do come out with next season better and stronger. And hopefully they'll be a fun team to watch. And don't get me wrong, they're still a fun team to watch regardless if there's no Ja Morant. Because I said I watched this game for a little bit. Like, I watched the highlights. Or the game, whatever the case may be. And the Grizzlies, with no star player on the floor, they lost 13 players. They still got talent on the table for them. While they're young too. But to be honest, with a young talent like that, they're not going nowhere. They're not going to win an NBA Finals. So, yeah. But it hurts because Ja Morant wasn't playing the season, half of the season, got hurt, and then that big trade for the Grizzlies, and then to be honest, 13 players out for this season or this game. So, yeah. Other than that, this game was boring. I didn't watch the full game, so yeah. Alright, let's talk about this game here. Kate Cunningham, Detroit Pistons versus Luka and Kyrie. Now, I know I'm late to this, but I'm going to say it again. There was no Kyrie Irving, no Luka Doncic in this game. Now, the loss column for them don't matter if they win or lose because they got the number 5 seed in the Western Conference, if I'm correct. And to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Kyrie is going to even be Dallas next season. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't see him as a Dallas next season. I see him as a Laker, to be honest. He said he wants to, go to the Lakers. But to be honest, I don't know if that's going to even happen. This team with Luka, what he did this season, dropped 63 points and did the unthinkable and almost got to 81 points. He just stopped himself at 80 or 73 points. And that's just amazing. Luka has been doing everything for his team. Kyrie's been doing everything for his team. And they got new players. So, yeah, and those new players are helping out a lot. Now, just because the Mavs lost to the Pistons with no Kyrie Irving and no Luka, doesn't mean that the season's over. They did what they had to do. They had to get that number 5th seed in the Western Conference. And to sit here and say that they didn't try, they did everything. They did everything they could. So, yeah. And to be honest, I'm happy they're in the 5th seed in the Western Conference because I want to know how far they're going to go. And to be honest, we're going to have a fun matchup in the playoffs. So, yeah. Let's talk about Detroit Pistons. Now, this team, everybody thought they were going to be good this season because at one point I think they were, 3-0, 2-0, whatever the case may be. And then everything went downhill. Cade Cunningham. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say anything about Cade Cunningham. This is just a video to say that how this season for the teams went up and down. This year they went downhill from far. And to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen next season. Hopefully next season is actually a turnaround. This team was at the downfall. They had 28 or 29 losses, and they broke it against the Brooklyn Nets. That is insane. That is insane. To have that long losing streak and to break it against the Brooklyn Nets with Mikal Bridges, don't know how to think about that. So, yeah. Hopefully next season they do better. Honestly, I really want the Pistons to do good because the Pistons, man, they have a very interesting season. The Detroit Lions, Detroit Pistons. So, but other than that, this game here was boring. I'm glad I didn't watch it or tune into it. So, yeah. Let's talk about this game here. This game here was crucial for the Pelicans and the Warriors. If the Pelicans won this game, which they did, they would hold the 6th seed in the Western Conference, which they did. If the Warriors won this game, they would take the 8th seed from the Lakers. 8th or 10th. Oh no, 9th. We're around there. But I'm happy they lost. Now, regardless of whatever is going to happen, happens. But the Pelicans, they are a fun team to watch too. Watching Zion Williamson, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram is just an amazing team to watch. Now, I don't know if they're the best team out there like the Bucks and the Dallas Mavericks and the Lakers, but they're up there. So, yeah. And CJ McCollum was the main player of this game. But to be honest, I'm not going to say and talk about that. I want to talk about their season. Zion Williamson is a fun player to watch. He went off in this game. But not just him. CJ McCollum was going off on those threes in the second half. And everybody thought they were going to be a number 1 seed in the Western Conference at one point. And all of a sudden something happened. Zion Williamson didn't feel 100%. And then they were falling downhill and then they went back up. So, yeah. Pelicans are a fun team to watch. Great team. Brandon Ingram, he's come back in this game today, is what I've been hearing. Well, not this game, but later today. So, yeah. But other than that, this game here was fun. It was great. But again, the Pelicans, we're going to see where they end up in the playoffs. We're going to see if they're going to be first round exits or they're going to go all the way. But they're going to be short talks, so we can move on a little bit faster. Golden State Warriors. Now, Warrior fans, I want to tell you this now loud and clear. You guys had a very dreadful season. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green had a very dreadful season. They have been hovering around the 10th seed and the 9th seed as long as we can remember. From day 1 to day 82. And to sit here and say that they lost this game here, it's not over. It's not done. They still got a job to do. And later today, we got some huge games. I will talk about it in a little bit. But Steph, best point guard in the NBA. That can shoot threes better than anybody in the NBA, to be honest. Now, I know people are saying that the Warriors dynasty is over. I don't want to say it is or not. But I've said it before. I want the Lakers to be somewhere around the 9th or 8th, not 10th. But let the chips fall where they may. This game was crucial for the Warriors and the Pelicans, but most importantly for the Warriors. Because if they won this game, they would be sitting right now in the 8th in the Western Conference. But didn't happen. CJ McCollum and Zion Williamson had different plans, different motivation in this game. And to be honest, I watched this game. I tuned into this game. And to tell you this game was fun. This game felt like a playoff atmosphere. It felt like the NBA Finals run, if it was. But it's not. It was a playoff. So, yeah. But the Warriors, with CP0, Steph Chef, Klay Thompson, and all of the players, they're doing their best. And to be honest, wherever Klay Thompson ends at, if he becomes a Warrior or he moves on to another team, I don't even know if he's going to be the same Klay Thompson that he was when he won that championship with the Warriors more than one time. So, yeah. But other than that, this game here was fun. It was great. So, alright, let's make these quick. We got these mini games, and we're going to move on. Rockets versus Portland. I did not tune into this game, didn't see the highlights. So, yeah. Rockets, they were doing amazing, and then all of a sudden, they just went downhill from there out of nowhere. Jalen Green and all of the Rockets players, they played their heart out in this game, or all these games. Şengün went out, and to be honest, that actually does hurt, because to have that kind of player get hurt, and then all of a sudden, all your focus is like saying, like, we're not going to go anywhere. It honestly hurts. And Jalen Green was a fun player to watch. Yeah. The Rockets, hopefully they come out next season, come out with better atmosphere, better fan base, and better team. Because without that, to be honest, I don't see you going nowhere in that kind of season. So, yeah. And regardless if Şengün comes back next season or he's out for next season too, just like Chad was, I don't know where the Rockets are going to be if they don't have Şengün. So, yeah. And let's talk about Portland now so we can move it on. Portland, when they lost Damian Lillard, it was literally different. It was different. Didn't see them going nowhere. Didn't see them doing nothing. They're going to be the same thing like they were when they had Damian Lillard. You know, I mean, to be honest, they improved a lot with DeAndre Ayton. I mean, they didn't get much wins that everybody hopes they were, but to be honest, it's a learned lesson for them, and hopefully next season they come out with better players and better team. So, but other than that, this game here, I didn't watch it. I didn't see the highlights. So, yeah. These are all going to be short recaps, and we're going to move on. Alright, let's talk about this game here. No Jordan Clarkson, if I'm correct. No star player on this game, right? Don't know how I feel about that. But to be honest, the Jazz, everybody thought they were good too. When they were, number 1 in the West, if I'm correct? And all of a sudden they went from number 1 to number, 13? To be honest, I had no hope for the Jazz to even turn their season around. Because last season, I think they did the exact same thing. And Jordan Clarkson, I don't know what he's going to do out there in Utah. Do I see them doing good? Honestly, time will tell, to be honest, because I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. But, yeah. The Jazz need to have better players. If Jordan Clarkson is going to be out almost half of the season, have another player step up. That's what my opinion is. And now I know this team is young too, but to be honest, I see them have talent. They could exactly be where the Oklahoma City Thunder are. But to be honest, sometimes they mess up too. Everybody messes up. So, yeah. Alright, let's talk about this Flippers team real quick before we move on. Now, this part is going to be hard for me, but I think I can manage. The Los Angeles Flippers. This year, they made a huge trade to get the Honey Bun. And if people don't know who the Honey Bun is, because people keep asking me, the Honey Bun is James Harden, right? And they got Russell Westbrook, the player that hits the backboard every single day. And they got PG-13, and they got the Claw. Now, the Flippers did not play their star players, if I'm correct, in this game, only for a little bit. I didn't watch this game. I didn't see the highlights. But the Jazz won by 1. I'm happy the Flippers lost. Kawhi Leonard didn't play in this game. Now, regardless if he's sitting down there for his rest for the playoffs against Luka and Kyrie Irving and the Mavs, I'm telling you this now loud and clear, they're going to get knocked out first round. The Flippers are getting knocked out first round. Luka and Kyrie are going to bring energy for that game. I want to say it's going to be a sweep. A lot of people are telling me it's going to be the Game 6. We're going to have to wait and see. Can't wait. Oh, yeah. But again, let me talk about the Flippers. They made a huge trade to get the Honey Bun, right? James Harden. And they were, at one point they were dead last in the Western Conference. They went from dead last to, not even dead last. They were hovering around probably 7 or 9. If I'm correct, in the Western Conference. And they went from 7 to 9 to number 4 in the West. Now, and at one point they were number 1. Was I shocked of them being number 1? To be honest, no, because I knew they were going to lose it. PG-13, pandemic PG. He. To be honest, it hurts me to say this, but he was balling out this season. And to be honest, it hurts me to say this again. This team is not going nowhere. To be honest, it feels good to get that out, because they're going to be first round exits. And what they did this season, they made a new home court. Why are you getting a court? Why are you getting your own home? First off, you're the brother of the Los Angeles Lakers. And to be honest, you don't need a court, because you're not putting no banners up there. You're not putting no championships up there. You're not even putting a ring on that court. And I know people are saying that they're working for it. You will always be, regardless if you move out of Los Angeles or you move into a new home, you will always be the Los Angeles Lakers brother. A lot of people think that I'm being serious of saying that, or I'm joking. My bad, I'm joking. No, I'm serious. This team is not going nowhere. This team is not going to make it far. This team is not beating Luka Doncic, and Kyrie Irving. This team is going to be knocked out in the first round. I guarantee that. Watch me be right. And if I'm wrong, I am wrong. I will own up to my mistakes. I don't care. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. Not everybody can get it on their first try. And this is my first season talking about the NBA. The whole season, not just the playoffs. So, yeah. I'm just saying this loud and clear. The Flippers will be knocked out, regardless if it's going to be a sweep or a game 7. They are going to get knocked out in the first round. And Honey Bun and Russell Westbrook and PG-13 and the Claw, they're not going to stop that. They're going to keep on making it happen for them to lose. So, yeah. But other than that, this game was boring. I'm glad I didn't watch it. I'm glad I didn't tune into the game. Yeah. Kevin Durant, Phoenix Suns versus Kings. This game here was crucial. This game here was very, very crucial. Did I tune into this game? Absolutely. Devin Booker said in the video, "Go Lakers." Now, that's going to be a fun matchup to watch. Lakers versus Phoenix Suns. But, yeah. But I want to say this loud and clear. The Phoenix Suns got Bradley the Bum Beal, Kevin Durant, and Isaiah Thomas. And they said they want to make a championship run. And Bradley the Bum Beal said, I think he said something about, I'm ready for my first ring. Buddy, I want to say this loud and clear. You are not getting an NBA championship on your ring. You're not getting a championship on your finger is what I meant to say, sorry. You're not getting a championship on your finger. If I'm correct, I read it right. I might be wrong. I don't know. You said, I'm ready to make that big step to get an NBA championship ring. Buddy, do you not know who you're facing in the Western Conference? Playing against Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic. And plus, you got to go through the Celtics, too, if you want to get that. The reason why I say the Celtics, because the Celtics are a dangerous team this season. Without that team, if you can go through that team, then I think you can go through any team out there. But to be honest, you got to go through the Celtics first to get that first championship ring. Now, I know you have to go through Anthony Davis. You have to go through Nikola Jokic. And then get through Jason Tatum and the Celtics. I'm not going to say that you're not going to get it, or you are. But I will say, though, is good luck. You're going to need it. Because what you said, you think you're going to get your first championship with the Phoenix Suns? Please, no. So, yeah, that's what I say, and that's what I stick on. But other than that, let's get on to what's going to happen this season for them. Or past season. They had their ups and downs, too. They had an amazing, or not even amazing, dreadful season 2. They were hovering around that, 6th to 7th spot in the Western Conference. Now, Devin Booker thinks that he can beat Anthony Davis and Nikola Jokic. Do you not see what the Lakers did to you in the in-season tournament? I'm just asking. You think you're scared? Are you scared of Anthony Davis? If you're scared, just say it. Just say, I'm scared of Anthony Davis. Because to be honest, you're a chicken if you're scared of Anthony Davis. Because everybody in the NBA can guard Anthony Davis. Sabonis owns Anthony Davis. 10-0 lead. Playing him. Giannis can guard Anthony Davis. Nikola Jokic can guard Anthony Davis. What makes you think that you can guard him? Yeah. This season has been a very interesting season for the Phoenix Suns. But, yeah. Talk about the Kings. The Kings now. De'Aaron Fox. They lost Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk. Now, if they had those players on the floor, would they make it? Absolutely. I honestly think they will. This team is a fun team to watch with De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox brings the team together. If he does not bring the team together, then who does? I'll tell you this now, it's not Giannis Sabonis. Giannis Sabonis, I feel like he tears the team apart. That's what I think. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what I think. But yeah, man, they've been hovering around the Western Conference, I think around 7 or 9, if I'm correct. At one point, I saw them 5 or 4. I could be wrong, though, but yeah. Their season 2, they went from an amazing team last season to a very interesting team this season. So, yeah. But the Kings, we'll see what they do in the play-in or playoffs, or most importantly, we'll see what they do later today. But, yeah, this was a fun game. It was great, competitive. So, yeah, both teams needed it. Most importantly, the Kings needed it. So, yeah. I'm going to give you guys my final NBA recap. If you guys can, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and tell me, guys, what your guys' favorite team is. Tell me what team you think will bring the NBA championship home. Alright. Before we move on to the games today, I want to say this loud and clear. This will be my final NBA video regular season, and then we're going to make playoff videos starting on Tuesday. There's no games tomorrow. I want to say this loud and clear. It was boring yesterday. So, yeah. And I want to say this loud and clear again. Allen Iverson. I don't know how to say his last name. Allen Iverson got a statue. Not best, but great player as a 76er. And he got a statue. And apparently it wasn't as everybody thought it would have been. It's like a small one. I don't want to sit here and point the finger and say, why would you do this to him? But to be honest, I think that's kind of messed up. I really do. You give him a small statue, but you give Kobe a large statue. You give Michael Jordan a large statue, but you give Allen Iverson a small statue. Now, to be honest, I'm not going to sit here and say that the NBA did him dirty. The NBA did him wrong. But to be honest, that is kind of hurtful of him, or hurtful for him, because Allen Iverson was a great player as a 76er. Now, I know people might say he was not a good player of the 76ers. He wasn't a good player in the NBA at all. But to 76ers fans, if you grew up watching him, then you know. So, in my opinion, I say that you need to rebuild the statue of Allen Iverson and put it bigger. So, yeah. Allen Iverson was a great player as the 76ers. Yeah. My second one is, I don't know if I'm correct though, but I want to say this loud and clear. Is Tom Brady coming back to the NFL? And if that is true, he might go back to New England. He might go to 49ers, his favorite team that he grew up with watching. Or you might sign with the Las Vegas Raiders, is what I've been hearing. First off, Davante Adams will be happy to have a good quarterback, because we all know that, what's his name? Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell is not a good player. He's not a fun player to watch in general. But to have him as a Vegas quarterback, I don't know how to say it. But I have one thing to say, because I'm a Tom Brady fan. But it's going to hurt me to say this, but I'm going to be honest. Tom Brady, stop coming back. Don't come back to the NFL. You gave the torch to the next quarterback. You gave the torch to Patrick Mahomes to hold it. You don't need to come back. You don't need to come back. I don't know why you want to make a comeback. Do you want to make a comeback to not let Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes pass you on Super Bowls? To be honest, if you came back, you are not going to be that same quarterback that you were for New England and Tampa Bay. You're actually going to be worse. And this is coming from a fan that's a huge fan of you, Tom Brady. And I don't want you to come back. Because we already have a great quarterback right now in the season. Now, imagine you did come back. I want to say this loud and clear. You're not going to be the same Tom Brady. You are not going to be the same Tom Brady. You don't have Gronk with you. But, yeah, if you can, please don't come back. I'm literally asking you because you're getting too old. You're in your 40s. I don't even know how old you are. I think you're in your between 41 to 43. So, yeah, you're somewhere in your 40s. But, yeah. But don't come back in the NFL. I don't want you to come back. I don't think anybody wants you to come back. It was a huge surprise of you even saying you want to come back. So, yeah. That's what I say and that's what I stick on. And even if he does come back or not, regardless, I just wanted to say it. Yeah. Let's get these games really quick. I don't know if I'll be tuning into these. So, yeah. Because the reason why I don't want to tune into them is because it's the last NBA game. Whatever happens, happens. There's a lot of games today, a lot of crucial games. Everybody keep your eye out on these. So, yeah. Alright. Now, again, these are last games for everybody. Except for the teams that are in the playoffs or play in. The teams that are out are the teams that are behind 10 seed. So, yeah. But regardless if these starters do start to play or not, yeah. The teams like the Celtics or the team like the Lakers, they will be playing. The Celtics, in my opinion, I don't think they will be playing their starters. I could be wrong, though. But the teams like the Celtics, or not the Celtics, the Lakers, they will be playing for something later today. So, everybody in the NBA fan, keep your eye out on these and see what happens. But, yeah, let's get into these finals NBA game recap. And, yeah, if you guys can, please, again, like, subscribe, comment down below, and tell me, guys, what your guys' favorite team is. Tell me what team do you think will bring the NBA championship home. Alright? Now, Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma, final game for them versus Jason Tatum and the Celtics. Now, this game here will not be fun. It will not be great. But, yeah. I'm going to be going for Jason Tatum and the Celtics in this game. So, yeah. Regardless if the Celtics do play their starters or not. So, yeah, I'm going to be taking Jason Tatum and the Celtics. Alright. Now, this game here is not going to be fun either. But, doesn't hurt to say it. No LaMelo Ball Hornets versus Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs. I am not tuning into this game. I will not be watching this game. So, yeah. Regardless if the Cavs do have something to play for or not, regardless if they do play their starters or not, I'm going to be taking Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland and the Cleveland Cavaliers to win this game. So, Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs. Alright, now this game here. DeJounte Murray Hawks versus Tyrese Halliburton the Pacers. This game here is going to be fun, hopefully. But I'm going to be going for DeJounte Murray and the Hawks for this game. So, yeah. Now, this is the last game for the Toronto Raptors. Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett against Hemi Buckets in the Miami Heat. If the Miami Heat somehow, some way play their starters or not, doesn't matter because playoffs are playing and playoffs is next week. So, yeah. I'm going to be going for Hemi Buckets in the Miami Heat to win this game. I'm going to make these fast so we can move on. Now, DeMar DeRozan, Bulls versus Jalen Brunson, the New York Knicks. Now, this game here will be fun. This game will be great. I'm going to be going for Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks to win this game. So, yeah. We're going to make this quick so we can move on. Franz Wagner versus Iguodala in the Bucks. Giannis might not play in this game. Even if he does play, I don't know if he's even gonna. Even if he did play, I don't think he will even play the whole game because the playoffs next week. So, yeah, I'm gonna be taking Iguodala in the Bucks to win this game. So, yeah. All right, now this game here. If the 76ers want to make a huge run, and the Brooklyn Nets season is just cooked at this point. Their season is just done. They got to do good, and they got to do really good on this game, and they got to play for fun. Don't know if Joel Embiid is going to play in this game because of what happened last week or last game. So, yeah. I'm still going to be taking Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey in the 76ers roster to win this game. So, yeah. All right, now this game here. Now, this game here is also crucial. This is a huge game for the Lakers and the Pelicans. The Lakers do lose this game. I think they will fall in the 9th or 10th seed in the Western Conference. This is a huge game. Hopefully, the Lakers don't come out like they did against the Grizzlies. And hopefully, the Pelicans come out like they played against the Warriors. So, yeah. Whatever game wins. I'm going to be taking Zion Williamson and the Pelicans. Brandon Ingram is coming back in this game. So, yeah. All right, here we go. Now, as I just mentioned earlier, Utah Jazz have nothing to play for. The Warriors have everything to play for. The Warriors are going to give it all they got. I'm going to be taking Steph Chef and the Golden State Warriors to win this game. The Warriors do need this game, and the Pelicans need their game, and the Phoenix Suns need their game. Whatever team falls or wins, let the chips fall where they may. It will be a great game. See where everything determines. Yeah. Jalen Green versus Kawhi Leonard. Now, this game here has nothing to play for the Rockets. The Flippers too. They're gonna it looks like they're gonna be taking the 4th in the Western Conference. But yeah, I'm gonna be taking Jalen Green and the Rockets to win this game, regardless if the Flippers do play their starters or not. Because I saw them pull out their starters last game. So, all right, now this game here is crucial for the Phoenix Suns. Now, regardless of whatever team wins, good. I'm going to be going for Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns and the Timberwolves to win this game. So, yeah. Now, this game here is crucial for the Kings also. DeAndre Ayton versus De'Aaron Fox. I'm going to be going for De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis and the Kings to win this game. So, alright, both of these teams are basically ending their season later today. I am not going to be watching this game. I'm going to be taking Kate Cunningham and Detroit Pistons to win this game. So, yeah. Last game, or the last 2 games. Now, this game's going to be fun regardless if the Mavs would like to play their starters or not. But yeah, see what's going to happen. I'm going to be taking SGA and Jay Williams in the Oklahoma City Thunder to win this game. So, yeah. Alright, now this game here, this is the final NBA regular season game. I will not be watching this game. I will not be tuning into these games. Yeah. I'm going to be taking Nikola Jokic and Chicken McNuggets to win this game. But yeah, you guys tell me who you guys are going for in the NBA recap. You guys tell me what team do you think will bring the NBA championship home. Everybody is playing today, and they're playing super early in the morning because I don't think there's going to be no games in the afternoon. So, yeah. With that being said, guys, I'm going to head out. Thanks for watching. Peace. See you in the next one.